Hey guys, this is James bringing you another Inbetweenisode, and so this one we're also doing something a little bit different. We're going to talk about another brewing technique. So you may remember a few months ago I talked about just ways to keep sort of your really special teas going. I brewed the YQH Yangqinhao Qizhang in a thermos after doing a normal gongfu session, so it's sort of like gongfu to grandpa. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about a way just within your own gongfu session. And this thing that I actually do quite commonly. I don't know if I've actually covered it on camera. And that's sort of switching your brewing devices mid-session. And this isn't necessarily to say that you were using the wrong brewing device in your first, 6 or 7 steeps, but it's a way where it makes sense to sort of logically move to a different vessel. And usually I'll do this technique anywhere between the first 5 to 10 steeps or so. And so for me, I have a lot of devices, so like this Gaiwan or this Shibo, which are, smaller, 75 milliliters. And especially for stuff like this Gaiwan, they tend to be thinner walled, they don't retain heat as well, and that's fine if you're starting out in a smaller session. But as you're steeping the tea out, usually you're going to need to apply more strength to the tea to get more out. So one thing that I'll do, and the tea I'm brewing here is the You're the Goat, the same session from a previous Inbetweenisode, and this is like steep 7, something like that. So it's lightened up a little bit, and so one thing you can do is transfer the leaves from this, which I've been previously using, as you can see into the episode, into a pot that is a little bit more robust and retains a little bit more heat. So you can see that the color had faded a little bit from the previous episode. It's definitely not totally added juice. So I'm just getting right in there, taking the leaves out from this and moving them onto my pot. All right. So simple enough. Get your hands a little bit dirty, and in the water goes. So one thing you'll have to adjust for is that these devices are a little bit bigger in general. Most of my pots are around 100 milliliters, but some of them get as big as 145, 150, such as this one. So, you play around with different parameters that may or may not work. Another thing to take into account is sort of like how long you have rested in between infusions can affect how long you want to steep for the next one. So I'm not totally sure how long to go for this, but we are going to steep now. So it's a little bit darker, I feel like, compared to my previous Shibo infusion. Getting a little bit more liqueur just because we're using a bigger device. And I think I probably could have pushed it even a little bit longer. So it's more difficult to see things like color when you're using a pot, of course. So I'm going to quickly drink this infusion before it gets to room temperature. So sort of more in the ripe pour cherry fruit sort of vein in that one, rather than the initial more creaminess and wood. And we're going to just dump that. So looking at this in my cup, it's definitely a bit darker. So kind of moving back into that woody creaminess, definitely quite a bit stronger than this brew. And part of the reason is that just over time, things like these thinner walled Gaiwans are going to leak out heat a little bit faster. Like if I were to touch my pot right now, it's very hot. So I have to be careful. So it just retains heat a little bit better, and you can extract a little bit more out of those leaves as you brew it. So I'm gonna let that go for just another hot second or so. can sort of see that this color a little bit lighter than previous infusion. So I think tea is starting to die down. This is probably a similar color to the Shibo color. I wholeheartedly recommend messing around and trying stuff like this. Get your hands a little bit dirty, pull them out of your one brewing device, move them over to another. Don't be too anal about using your pots. I think a lot of these pots are more robust than we give them credit for. There's no need to have a pot that is just dedicated to one specific brand or one specific year of right pour. A lot of what these pots offer is more than just the seasoning. They're just a cool device to brew with. They help to retain heat, and they act a little bit differently than things like a Gaiwan or a Shibo. So do some experimentation. Move these leaves from the Gaiwan into the pot. Don't worry too much about getting the exact ratios. This is something that you can easily figure out with experience. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.